Greetings. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about being ambidextrous. Pardon my stuttering. Nonetheless, as your teacher, I try not to let you down with the harshest but the bestest training regimen to beef you guys up. I can explain a little bit. All the maneuvers that I've been teaching you, I want you to do faster than what I do on the TV show. That's right. I want you to try to do it faster without hitting anything. I do not encourage hitting anything at all. But in order to get stronger, you need to do these maneuvers faster. One thing that I did to work on my ambidextry is I actually practiced with this Chris. See, this Chris is full to steel. It's the only full to steel weapon I got. You're like, but Alex, aren't you a professional sword fighter? Yeah, I am, but I don't have $2,000 to buy one katana. Yeah, just one. Good katana. Yeah, no, not yet. But nonetheless, I do practice all the time. Well, I got this as a gift from my friend Richard, so I use it all the time to practice because it has full tang, and I never got to worry about a blade slipping out because I'm going to tell you straight up. Okay, let me show you exactly what I mean. Uh, a blade like this looks prime. I got this from a flea market. I practiced with it many times, but it's not full tang. Like this blade could come out at any moment and kill anybody, but it's a fun one to practice with. Not gonna lie. But the only reason why I was able to practice with it is because I was skilled enough not to make it so the blade flew out of it. I knew what to do. Well, I might as well show you a little bit with it. Okay, see how a sword looks a lot different than an actual training weapon for holding it? This is the perfect reason why you have the yellow string at the back. Even though this is a crap sword, this is very dangerous. Do not do this with a show sword. I'm a trained professional. I know how to use a show sword like this. But you can do the basic maneuvers. Very simple. Remember, when you block, you're blocking with the side of your blade, not the fucking blade itself. So when you block, you're trying to get it up in here, in this area. And then you bring it down, or, I fucked up. When you reverse block, I'm blocking from back here. Then I bring it down, and bring it down like that. Do you see? Sorry, I get discoordinated because I'm used to the bamboo. But I try to train you guys to hold the sword properly so you can actually block. So when you're using the side of the blade, you're actually blocking, you know? Not blocking with the front of your sword. Like, you should never block with the blade. It will lead, like, when two blades collide face to face, they always cut into each other, like Swiss cheese. So there'll be like a little gash left in from the other blade. You know, so, like, don't get me wrong. Like, with bigger weapons that can handle it, you can pull off asunder and you can break the other person's weapon, or you bend it in half and make it so it's not really too wieldable. They can't use any special techniques. But also, another reason why I could probably wield this one versus others is I think this is actually a little bit more deeper in the handle than a regular show sword. A regular show sword's probably like about 3 inches deep, so it's about, yeah. I think this sword's about, yeah. And I handle it very lightly. It's all about the feather touch. But block, bring it down. Block, bring it down. See, when I block, I go like this, and then I'm bringing it down. And then when I block, see, blocking with the side of the blade. And then I bring it down. So this is for all you people that have a real katana. I'm doing with the show sword because I'm a trained professional. I'm going to put this dangerous thing away because, like I said, I don't want to see any of you using one of these piece of shits as a real sword like me, not until you get good enough. Because if you just do one really hard slash like this, I guarantee you this thing will fly out and kill somebody. And you're going to have that on your conscience. You know? But yeah, this is a show sword. It's not meant to actually fight people. this is a real sword. This is folded steel. Doesn't get any better than this. The blacksmith that put this together was fucking a G. He only made a few of these because he got frustrated with making an actual Chris. The only reason why I'm training with the Chris, even though my preferable weapon of choice is a Highlander with the circle guard, not a U guard. I can deal with the Flameberg thing. That's a nice blade. I'm fine with that, but the U guard, no. That's not my thing. I can still do my maneuvers. And it's important to practice the same maneuvers on the other hand, so very important. And that's what I did. I even practiced some techniques that I haven't taught you yet. Because I like playing with knives a little bit too. I admit, they're fun. This thing comes with a pretty nice dagger. It's pretty dinky, but here I go on Alex, how would you load like such a small weapon against somebody that has a weapon about the size of this or bigger? Well, the trick is you bring out your sword, lightning. That's right. Knives are like one of the quickest weapons. I'm not a knife master, I'm a sword user. But I practice with these so that way I feel safe around guns. Now, don't ever come up against somebody with a gun with one of these, especially if they already had the gun pointed and aimed at you. There's many reasons why I'll explain that to you, but never use this against a gun user unless you know what you're doing. Okay. And I'll explain all about that later. But yeah, like I said, when you're using a sword and knife, it's pretty much bring this out, lightning. And you can use this to parry. So if somebody comes at you, you can catch their sword, bring it out, attack. And then you're ready, and you got your more bigger blocking weapon ready to block for you, you know? Folded steel. It's a beautiful thing. Do you hear that sword sing? I love it. Nonetheless, like I said, bring your sword to your side, lightning. And that's what I like to do. It's just a simple maneuver. That's all I'm going to teach you for that. We're like, Alex, you usually put a whole bunch of complex combos. I gotta tell you, that's not my sword. I just, sword style. Like the blade I could use. It has terrible guard for me. I just use it to bulk this side up. Get it catch up for this side. It's like, yeah, yeah. Okay. Now back to the ambidextrous practice. Okay. As we all know, like, I used to suck with my left side. I've been practicing for like quite a bit, so I can do moves like the basic moves like L formation, where it's block, bring it down, then block, and then bring it down. I can do that. I can do L formation, or I can just do a simple block, then bring it down, and then block, and then bring it down, and then block, and then bring it down. I can do that. I can also do, I think, a illusionary slash. Yep, I can. So I can do a lot of my moves on my lefty. Not as proficiently or as fast as my righty, because it's all about speed. I move incredibly slow, or try to, so that way you can see everything on camera. But what I really want you to do is try to move as quickly as possible without hitting any of the obstacles. Try not to hit the ceiling, the roof, the walls, or anything, and try to move incredibly fast, because I guarantee the reason why I trap you in this damn box is so that way when you get out, and I know you're going to go outside, and you use these moves against people, you'll just fly around them without this training restraint put on you. Because, like I said earlier, every time you hit the ceiling, or the wall, or the roof, or your fucking furniture, anything like that, it's a red flag. And you know what the red flag is? That's a mark down for execution, which means you get the point down, not your opponent. And that sucks, but it happens often, especially if they want you to prove that your swing is not a graze instead of a full-on slash. Like, you have to prove that you had the power behind your swing to be able to cut through bone or break through bone, depending on what your swinging style is. Nonetheless, I'm not even immune from this training. I've been rusty as fuck coming back into it, but I will tell you this, it's been worth it. I'm not gonna lie. Getting my left side to catch up to my right side's been a challenge, but I do exercises that make it easy and hard. Like, what I first practiced off with is just simple. It's just blocking and bringing it down. It's a little bit more harder than stabbing, blocking, and then bringing it down. So stab, block, bring it down. That's one of my techniques, because see how my head and my midsection, my crotch, up to my knees almost, are pretty much safe, because I'm holding these in a certain direction where if they walk into it, like you're walking into it like walking normally. You're not going to want to walk into somebody's spears pointing upward. You're not going to want to walk down either. So your legs are pretty much covered just by area, because these are positioned the way they are. Because even though I can't go low, I can still attack their mid or their top really easily if they try to go low. But basically, after, like, what I want you to be able to do is, like, block and attack at will, controlling both the left and right at your will. Like, for instance, L formation's a little bit different with using two swords. You have to hold your arms out like this a little bit more. I call this the scarecrow stance, but it's still air formation, because you look kind of like a scarecrow. You're just like, but yeah, basically this will make it so you can do L formation, so you can, fuck. Sorry about that. Remember, I'm not even immune from fuck up. Red flag is a red flag, and I just got red flagged. Okay. L formation is block, bring it down. But see, I don't always have to rely on this side. I can, if some shit comes down on this side, I can block, bring it down. And it's a lot easier than having this side block for itself. So, like, let's say shit's going down on this side, I can block, bring it down. So, if somebody's coming at me from this side behind me, I'm pretty much good. And just in case I don't want to do that and I want to save an attack, I can always block, bring it down, and attack. Do you see that? Or I can do this technique. I can block. I fucked up. Okay. Block, bring it down, bring it down. Oh, that came out nasty. There was no power to that. Okay, let's see if I can get in stance. Block. Nope. Forgot I had to hold it like this. Block, bring it down, bring it down. I don't like that, even though it worked, because all I have to do is just block, bring it down, bring it down. Personally, I prefer like this. Block, bring it down, bring it forward. It's a lot more comfortable. I use a lot of thrusts in my moves because they're a lot more accurate, and you get a lot more bleed out damage than you would slashing. Like, with armor especially, you're trying to get in between the weaves, you know? Slashing doesn't exactly do that. Though I will be teaching you slashes that can cut people's arms off. And I'll have to eventually teach you how to chop through bricks with a nub stick. That's right, so that way you can prove that your techniques are not grazes or slashes, but slashes. So you get the point. But just remember, it's all about flow. So when somebody comes at me, block, tack, tack, block, tack, block. Ah, fuck. I got a red flag. Okay. Block, tack, block, tack, block, tack, block, tack, block, attack, block. Oh, actually attack. Attack. Okay, I fucked my rhythm up. It's all about rhythm. So it's like block, tack, tack, block, block, tack. Ah, fucking up. That's better. Sorry, I was getting out of rhythm for a second. I'm not even immune from it. Block, tack. It's all about gripping your sword properly. Okay, now the next practice. And this is something that will help with your ambidextry. When it comes down to it, I like to practice blindfolded. It really helps me. Alright, give me a moment to blindfold myself. Okay. I got my swords. I learned that a lot of the obstacles that a sword fighter has is in their head. The more you rely on your eyes, the more weak you can be sometimes. Like a good example is for me, I noticed that some readers that read too fast sometimes can turn the book upside down to read slower. For me, I work better if I go Daredevil style, where I kind of cut off my senses. Pretty much, what I'm trying to say is like practicing the techniques that I showed you blindfolded. So it's push up, block, bring it down. Push up, block it, bring it down. Push up, block it, bring it down. Push it, block it, bring it down. Push it, block it, bring it down. See, I did the formations a lot better blindfolded. That's what I've been noticing lately. Is I've always had poor eyesight, and I've always had to rely on my hearing and sense of smell to get around better than my eyesight does. So that's why I'm not surprised that I had this weird daredevilish effect. But basically, block it, bring it down. Block it, bring it down. Block, bring it down. Block. See? I fucking like am changed when I fight blinded. I don't know why, but I become the blind samurai. Well, I'm not even a samurai. I'm the blind swords fighter. But block, tack, tack, block. Ooh, I hit myself in the head. L formation. Oosh, I hit something. Block. Fucked up on that one. I actually fucked up on my main hand. I'm gonna mute myself for a little bit so I can use the maneuvers a little bit better. Before I do, I just want you to know, actually, fuck it. I'll keep the thing up. Okay, the way I feel is like empty space, so it feels like I have a lot more training space even though I don't. Even though I know I'm in a closed area, I feel everything off the vibrations of my breath. I learned this from pretty much practicing breathing exercises. Imagine yourself, close your eyes, and imagine yourself for a moment smoking something. Even though you don't have to be a smoker, just imagine air for the non smoking people. Now imagine inhaling, and then when you exhale, imagine you exhaling an Asian cloud. And within that Asian cloud and the silver lining is what you can see. You can feel the sound bounce off of it inside the cloud because it's connected to your breath. So everything on the outside you can see as well because you can feel it compared to the contrast of the smoke or cloud that's exhaling your mouth. So basically, if somebody came at me from my left, I would block them and attack them and attack them, block them. Well, I did offense and attack them. I can't exactly. Sometimes my movements are so fast I can't exactly announce them. So it's like block, attack, attack, block. See, this is offensive. This is the part where it gets offensive, and I can't say block or attack because the block and attack. Because when I move like this, I can be blocking. I fucked up. I can be blocking with the side of my sword. So, but at the same time, moving it in the position of thrusting. So I'm ready to move anything out of my way. Because when I'm like this, I can literally parry something and move it out of my way. So, block, bring it down, thrust, block, bring it down. Okay. L formation, bring it back, bring it down. L formation, bring it back, bring it down. Block, attack, block, attack, block, block, attack, block, attack, block, attack. Now the reason why I don't attack like that guy from Ronin Warriors, like a lot of you are like, well, you do that unison thrust thing with the unison block thing with the unison attack thing. But a lot of people are probably wondering why I don't do the butterfly slash together, where I bring it down, then I bring it down. Because that's a good stance and all. But it just leaves my mid too open. I still like to use it. It's just not as much, because like I can block things and then thrust and then thrust. It's good. And I can block things and I can bring it around and thrust and thrust. I can attack things, but the swing is just not really powerful. You're not going to cut off limbs with that, and that's the important thing about a forward hand slash, is you need to be able to cut off limbs. So if somebody punches at you, just cut off their arm and you show them how useless it is to punch at somebody with a sword. I'm sorry if that sounds elitist. But yeah, pretty much block and attack, 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 attack, block. But nonetheless, I think that's it for the rest of this class. Thank you for coming today. It was very fun teaching today, especially the last part. I have to say, my moves are fucking great when I'm blindfolded. I hope that you guys enjoy watching more as I get done with this. Nonetheless, try the blindfold training if you really have sensitive ears like I do. I've always had bad eyesight, so it works a lot easier for me to close my eyes than it is for me to fight with them open. Now, whether I could fight somebody blindfolded like that is another question, but whenever I fought against anybody using long-range techniques that I couldn't see past that were illusionistics, I just cut off my eyes and I was able to thrust through it. Nonetheless, hope you have a wonderful day.